Let's go star up, star down, like we do during the regular season and the playoffs for your Cowboys. This is your grading system on the Franklin Franco Injury Attorney text line, 877-881-1053. By the way, good morning to Kevin, Brady, Ultra Cowboy, and Gregory on YouTube. Star up, star down. Do we start with Trey Lance here, the source of you and Broadus' fight and battle?
Sure. Yeah, we can start with Trey Lance. He was better, and that deserves a star up. He made good
Well,
plays.
there's two different types of star up.
Mm-hmm.
Star up for the game that he had individually, or star up for the improvement. 15-23, 151, 6.6 a pass, 1 touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown with 34 yards on the ground. If y'all were to grade, well, let's do it. Grade Trey Lance for this game. A lot of C's and D's with the opener. What about for this one? 877-881-1053.
B, like a flat B probably, is what I'd say. He was still...
And that started a fight between you and Brian? A B?
So what started it was... basically the definition of what is progress. I believe that a progress report, like when you talk what is a progress report, it's something that's sustained over a couple months or a couple weeks. Like you're saying, here's your progress report. Here's how you've performed over the last several whatever. And so I was saying, I'm not taking this game and now throwing out what I've seen in 20 sample sizes at OTAs, minicamp, and training camp in the first preseason game.
Okay.
I'm saying, great. I love that he played well. I wasn't throwing Will Grier in the Hall of Fame last year after his final preseason game. And, I mean, like the example I gave to Brian, Chad Hutchinson once years ago threw for 300 yards in a game against Washington. And 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. That didn't change my mind. That I still know what Chad Hutchinson is.
Yeah.
Trey Lance, if he keeps that up, if he shows that consistency regularly, that's good. Even playing at that level, though, there's still issues there. He was still off target a little bit. The accuracy was not great at times. And he wasn't asked to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think that there were things you could see in this game that are legit positives, like Luke Schoonmaker sealing Max Crosby on a block to the outside to spring Deuce Vaughn. That's something, I don't care if that happens one time. I'm taking Luke Schoonmaker blocking Max Crosby is a big deal. There was nothing like that in this game from Trey Lance, but he was better. He showed mental toughness and that he didn't crumble from a lot of criticism the week before, and that's what I give him credit for.
Brady with a C-, Rio with a B+. I'm seeing B- or C+. I'm seeing Trey gets a C- average, which is better than the last game, which was a D or F. So I think that these grades, at least on Twitch, are accurate and they're fair. I was expecting the curve to be higher from some Cowboy homers, but I'll say B at the very best. You could talk me into a B-. Look, if you're going to compare it to, first off, everyone wants it to work, right? Mm-hmm. Except if you're Bobby or a Dak Prescott lover. Unless you're Tad Prescott, you want it to work. You want to feel like the Cowboys didn't throw away a draft pick. And if you dislike Dak and don't want them to re-sign him, you definitely want it to work. If you compare it to the debut, you could feel much more excited than just judging the game as a standalone, in my opinion. He didn't have to make or didn't make a ton of difficult throws. He did look better. The completions that he made were to some wide open players. So I would go B or B- at the very worst. Does it change my opinion about who the number 2 should be? Absolutely not. It has to be Cooper Rush, as I said when they first acquired Trey Lance. Is it going to threaten Dak Prescott in negotiations? Absolutely not. But it's a combination of comparing it to the first game, hating on Dak, and then, Bobby, of course, you're always going to fight the stigma of wanting everyone else to fail who picks up a football for the Dallas Cowboys other than number 4.
Well, and what did I tell you after the first practice where we saw Trey Lance? You remember we were walking back to
Let's
the car.
go take shots? I don't remember.
No, remember in Oxnard.
Where's Choppy?
I was not in a shot mood while we were in Oxnard, remember? Yeah. No, when we were walking back to the car, I told you, I said, all right, you know he looked bad today. You're going to have to be the one to say it tomorrow morning because people are not going to take it from me. They're not going to listen to me if I say it.
Yeah.
And I understand when people say, oh, you like Dak too much, and that's why you're going to, be overly critical of everything here. Look, here's the thing. If you think I am concerned or that I think Trey Lance legitimately threatens Dak's job, you just have that wrong. I don't think anything that Trey Lance can do can threaten Dak's job. They're not you can't put them in the same stratosphere. Right now, we're just trying to figure out, can Trey Lance, the very best case for Trey Lance right now is, can you stay in the league consistently? That's the question.
Was that performance good enough to keep him on this team for roster cut down?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to stay on roster cut down just because of where he's been at in terms of what they spent on him in terms of capital. But even if his name wasn't Trey Lance, if his name was somebody who was some rookie 6th round pick, yeah, they probably look at that and they go, oh, that's progress. We like that. The only thing here is everybody talking about him like he's a rookie. He's not. This is year 4.
What's his contract situation again? Is there an option decision to make on him?
They declined the option. So he doesn't have the option coming here. Or this is, let's see here, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so this is year 4 for him. And so he's a free agent after the season. Every quarterback in that room is a free agent. There are things you can take out of there that are positive. To me, the most positive aspect of this is, like I mentioned a second ago, it's the mental toughness not to get crushed by criticism that existed last week. He didn't have rabbit ears.
Yeah.
Or if he heard it, he didn't let it get him down. But that's a positive in the Department of Mental Toughness that gives me a check. The other stuff there, I didn't see anything that said, wow, okay, that silences my fears of what he does on the football field.
Yeah, there weren't any like wow factor plays or throws. Now, I don't know if they did that by design. Let's make it simple. Let's get the confidence up. Or whether that was the Raiders defense dictating all that. Of course, he started off with that touchdown pass to start off the show and ran one in as well. And Trey was asked after the game, how much better did you feel week 2 versus week 1?
Yeah, definitely felt, more comfortable coming out. Would have liked to start a little bit faster in the third quarter for sure. The whole entire third quarter. Left some plays out there for sure, but excited to watch the tape. Learned a lot again from it, and it was fun to compete with these guys again.
And it felt like, I don't know whether it was just a first touchdown, but it felt like the team was rooting for him after he got into the end zone. Mike McCarthy, of course, is rooting for him. Here's the coach's thoughts on the improvement.
Yeah, I thought Trey, I thought we improved today. Starting with Trey. I felt that some of the things I was trying to do, because I was trying to get certain individual touches. So it really didn't get them into a rhythm right away. The third down conversion opportunities, we didn't, we missed a couple there, but 14-play drives. I mean, that's incredible for preseason football. And I think it just shows you his understanding and confidence. And he just needs to continue to play. He just needs reps. He needs to play in live games. Particularly in the drop back phase, because he's doing a very good job managing everything else, so I thought he clearly took a step today.
All right, so we'll settle on a B for Trey's performance. Other star up, star downs from Saturday here on the station.
Let's keep it positive. Let's go star up. Cooper Beebe was really good in this game. And if that is a legitimate battle that he's going to be allowed to have with Brock Hoffman.
Did we overrate? Did the media? I wasn't watching and evaluating the centers. Was the Brock Hoffman hype overdone early on?
I don't know that it was Brock Hoffman hype. I think it was a recognition that the right person in that building is hyping Brock Hoffman, which is Mike Solari, the offensive line coach. Mike Solari really believes in him. So I think it was less about, hey, Brock Hoffman has the ability to do this. It's there are people in there who are big-time decision makers who believe he's a starter in the NFL. And there's going to be a little bit of deference to that. I saw you retweet the video. The Cooper Beebe snapping to his mom. Like that shows you how much he's desperate for the work to get those snaps cleaned up. That is like the second thing you're supposed to do as a center after getting to the line of scrimmage and identifying things. And so I think that shows you he's behind the curve in a lot of ways that Brock Hoffman isn't. And Brock Hoffman's tough. He's got a nastiness to him that I think Solari likes. And so that's what gives him an advantage. But Beebe, I thought, was really good. There was this one play that was going viral, this all-22 clip yesterday of him, he's
picking up two.
Yeah, he's got the defensive tackle. He sheds him, then he picks up the blitzer and knocks him out and gives Trey Lance enough time to throw the ball.
Is he on pace to start now?
I don't know how far behind he is in terms of identifying things at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be the biggest thing, I think, for them. They feel like Brock is a high mental processor and Brock Hoffman is really good at IDing things at the line of scrimmage. That sort of thing, the toughness, the confidence that Dak has in Brock Hoffman. Dak gave him a big thumbs up a couple weeks ago and said completely confident with Brock. I think he's, really good and believes in him in a big way. So I still think it's Brock Hoffman's job for right now, but BB's making it tougher.
Cowboys were able to run for 114 yards in the first half and did not allow a sack. Who else for star up?
Keeman Hall, the cornerback from North Texas, who made 2 big plays in the flat back-to-back at the end of the second quarter, had the pick 6, which I think honestly ended Aiden O'Connell's time as the starter with the Raiders. They named Gardner Minshew on Sunday, and that's in response, I think, to that was just a bad read. And Keeman Hall got a really good jump on it. I thought that was positive. I think that TJ Bass at right guard, playing at right guard, got a ton of movement in the run game. The run blocking in general is what was really positive to me. When you see the run blocking getting movement against some of those first-team players for the Raiders, that's positive. When you see Max Crosby getting sealed off on the edge, that's a positive. Those are all good things. The running back specifically, pretty impressed with Royce Freeman, the way he ran inside, the way that he ran between the tackles and showed toughness. And then Deuce Vaughn showing us something we hadn't seen before, which is we know he's shifty. We know he can do those spin moves and everything else like that. For him to show the ability to drive his legs and not go down on first contact and be able to show good contact balance, I thought that Deuce Vaughn and Royce Freeman both had good performances.